Go live. We are live. Hey guys, it is me, Tamika Isaac Divine, and I have a little guest with me today. We've got Jade. This is over our faces, so I'm gonna sit that down a little bit. What? You turn it down. Oh yeah, he needs to turn the TV down, but that's fine. Jade, say hey to everybody.
Hi.
Hi everybody. So school is out. I'm sure we all expected it, but we got the official announcement today that schools here in South Carolina are closed for the remainder of the school year. You see, Jade did her thumbs down. You're disappointed, baby. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot to deal with, thinking about the fact that school is closed for the remainder of the 1920 school year. So
And you would think you could at least hang out with your whole entire family, but no. It's like summer. Like you close the school over summer and stuff,
right.
and then you come and you hang out with your family, and then you go back to school. But no.
Okay, so this was kind of like the break. You were hanging out with your family, and now
and sometimes friends, but you can only be around your. Dad, turn it down. So like your so like you hang out with your friends and family at camp sometimes and stuff like that, and then but it's like during the school year, and you only hang out with your family inside your house.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're practicing social distancing, although this is not social distancing, but
this whole entire office is basically like 6 feet. So
okay, yeah. She's saying my home office, which I will end up doing a tour soon to show you guys my new home office, because we've had to adapt to working and schooling from home. But anyway, I see some folks who are watching. Say hey. Jade is not going to stay the whole time. I'm going to, of course, share with you some of my work-life integration tips for dealing with what we're experiencing right now and will experience for the next several weeks. But we wanted to come on and just kind of share some of our thoughts about school being closed and the initial reaction, but also the response, and making sure that we are getting ourselves straight as far as being able to finish the school year, finish it strong. I hope to interview my adorable husband soon to talk from the school district perspective as far as what they're planning, what they're going to be doing to support families during this time, and make sure that we're finishing the year strong. But, just as a mom, I wanted to come on real quick and talk a little bit about the fact that school is going to be closed and that we have to understand. Let's see. Do I see any comments? Make sure. Okay. I just want to make sure I can see the comments if I have any, but just wanted to make sure that we came on. So Jade, I wanted to give folks a few little tips as your mom, the work-life integration strategist and leadership mentor, about working and schooling from home. I know that not everybody has the ability to stay home, especially now that our governor has said that we're going to start easing into opening up business. So people are going to have to go to work. I have to go to work. I mean, I have, I'm blessed and I have the luxury that I own my own office. And so if I need to take the kids with me, I can, or if I need to work from home, I can for the most part, except for when I have court or I have to see clients. But not everybody has that luxury. And so we need to understand that this is a very difficult time for families. It is a time that, we're being told school is closed, so you have to take care of your kids, but it's time to open up our economy. We've got to open up school, businesses. And so people who have to work have to go to work, and not everybody, you can't do them both. And so it's a very weird time for a lot of us. But we got to make the most of it, like we made the most of dealing with the coronavirus pandemic and everything we've dealt with over the last month and a half. So we got to make the most of it. So I did want to kind of share with you a couple of my tips and thoughts on what we need to do as far as parents, working parents who are dealing with school being closed and having to help support our children continued learning through the end of the school year, because the school year is still happening. There's remote learning happening. And so how do you do that? How do you be a fourth grade teacher as well as a lawyer? How do you get those things done? So the first tip that I had for folks is making sure that you are communicating with your child's school teacher, principal. Number one, so you understand the expectations that they have and the assignments that they have, but also that you can communicate with them what you're experiencing at home so that they can work with you. I mean, one thing that I've heard all day from my husband and other school officials, teachers, we've been on a Zoom meeting with Jade's teacher today as the announcement was coming in, is that this is new to everybody. This is very different for everybody. And so we're really making up a lot of stuff as we go along. So making sure that you are communicating, because if you are having challenges, if you're having difficulties, communicate that with your teacher, your child's teacher, communicate that with the school district so that they can help support you. They can make accommodations, whatever there is. Anything to add to that about communication?
Like when you're talking with your family that can't be with you all the time, I would recommend like Marco Polo, the original FaceTime, and a Zoom. So yeah.
Okay, so what she's talking about is Marco Polo is an app that her class has. Is it just your class or your whole school?
It's just my class. My whole school uses Zoom.
Okay, so her whole school uses Zoom, and they have weekly all school meetings where they can sign on and talk with the principal and talk with other teachers and share what they're doing and how they're adjusting. And then Marco Polo is an app that they have where they can communicate with each other via messages. And so that is a way to help keep your kids connected, because this is a lot for them to deal with. I mean, to understand that everything is shut down, that they cannot go to school, that they have to learn from home, that they can't see their friends. They have to, a lot of them, can't see their grandparents. So there's a lot going on with them. And so in order to kind of keep things as normal as it can be, figure out a way to help them continue to communicate themselves with their teachers and their classmates and things. And so she's giving you a couple tools that they're using, Marco Polo and Zoom, to help communicate with her classmates. Is that a good summary?
Yeah.
Okay. So my second tip to you guys is schedule your time. At the very beginning of this thing, I was really scheduled. We've kind of gotten off of that a little bit, but I'm trying to get back into understanding that it's very important to have a schedule. It's important for your kids to have a schedule and for you to have a schedule. What time they're getting up in the morning, what time are they going to bed, what time is dedicated to, their schoolwork, what time is dedicated to them to have some leisure fun and to be a kid and to enjoy things. But, have a schedule and try and stick to that schedule just to keep some consistency and some familiarity to what they're dealing with. They're dealing with a whole lot. You're dealing with a whole lot. It's a lot to comprehend and navigate through. So figure out a way to at least try and have a schedule. Anything you want to add to that, baby?
Yeah. Sometimes what we do when everything's all settled, sometimes we have a family night. We play board games, watch movies. Mostly we watch movies, and we just have like a little time for at least an hour or two, at least before we have to go to sleep or something like that. So actually this Friday we actually have a water day and we have a family night, and it's gonna be really, really fun.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely make sure you have a time just to have some time. I mean, one of the good things out of this is that you have some time to spend together as a family, and spend some time with your family. So figure out a way that you can spend time with family and be creative with your family nights, which actually leads me to my tip number 3, which I know a lot of parents have been stressing about becoming teachers, and that we're not teachers. I'm a lawyer, so I'm smart, but I'm not a teacher. I can't teach fourth grade math. My, oldest is algebra 2. I can barely remember algebra. So I'm no help there. And so I'm not a teacher, but I do want to make sure I'm supporting their learning, their remote learning and their learning environment and providing them the support and resources necessary to be successful. But I also know that even though the teachers have given them assignments and there are things that they need to do, there are also things that can support their learning that aren't necessarily the things that the teachers have sent home. And so take it back to the old school. I mean, remember when we went to school, we had home economics, we had PE. I mean, they still have PE, but we had PE. You have science and all that kind of stuff. And so figure out ways that you can make learning fun by everyday things that you're doing. I did a Facebook Live a couple of days ago, and I'll reshare it. But I talked about some of the things that we were doing as far as cooking and bike riding and some things that we were doing as a family. But I want to suggest to you to think about those things as part of your remote learning as well. We've shared with her teacher some of the things that we're doing around the house, and it's been acceptable as part of their classroom assignments. As you're cooking, it's teaching you science and it's teaching you math. As you are, going out and bike riding, that's PE, that's your physical activity time. So, don't stress too much about the fact that, I don't understand and know fourth grade math, so I can't support her on that. Get the teacher to help and support her on that. But I can say, okay, for math, we're going to bake today. And so you're going to help mommy cook, and we're going to look at this recipe and how do you measure out a half a cup? And what does it mean to say a liter? Those are the kind of things that are helpful for them. Anything to add on that, baby?
I was gonna say, speaking about learning while having fun, I would recommend one of these websites that my class uses. I think maybe my whole entire school uses. Vocabulary. It's rapping about history, science, and whatever your kids need to learn in your history. And I think it's ages first grade through 6th and up, I believe, but it's something like that. But I've tried it and it's really fun.
And so, guys, I don't understand why my comments are coming up. So I am. Let's see. So
Hi, Grandma.
So I was able to see the comments on my phone. So I'm going to change that. And I'll hide that because the comments aren't coming up like I thought they were supposed to. But yes, Grandmama says hi. Miss Shirley Dilbert says hi, Jade. Grandmama says good job, Jade. And so those are the comments that we've got so far. But yeah, just figure out a good way to be able to utilize just everyday stuff that you do at home. Make sure that they're cleaning their rooms and make sure that they're helping you clean the house. If you're cooking and you're staying home and you're having to work and parent from home, figure out a way that they can help support you around the house. And those are things that are things that they don't learn in school, but are wonderful social skills. My husband talks to me about life skills, and that's something that, that can be supported during this time as well. So make sure you're doing that. And then last but not least, my tip for tonight is to just be patient with yourself and be patient with your kids. It's a stressful time for all of us. There's a lot that we don't know. There's a lot that we are experiencing together, and we got to figure out a way through this together. And so be patient with yourself. You're not a teacher. You're not expected to be a teacher. You're a parent. You're expected to support and love your child. And that's all that anybody expects from you. And so being able to support and love your child, everything else is going to work out. The teachers are going to work with us. And so I have a lot of parents who've been blowing up my timeline today. Like, what am I going to do? I don't understand this. And, working out, how do you actually go back to work if you can't work from home and have your kids, whether you're able to take them to work and stuff, that's got to be figured out. And I don't have all the answers for that. But what I can tell you is that we're going to get through this, and we're all going to be fine on the other side. So we just got to be patient with each other, support each other, and also think about the families that might not have the support that you have, and how can you reach out to them and how can you support them? You know, yes, we're social distancing, so you can't have big parties, but you know, if you can watch someone's child because they're an essential worker and they've got to go to work, and that child is in your child's class, if they can come over and y'all social distance and let them do their work on opposite sides of the room, because you're able to be home, then figure out a way how you can do that, because that's going to be the big key for us to get out of this thing on the other side, is to be able to support each other and recognize that everybody's family situation is different. And that, you know, if we can help support other families through this, then that is the real testament to how we're going to get through this. Anything to add to that, my baby?
No, I think you got it all.
All right. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Have a nice evening. Hope you guys have a good week. Don't forget to, just because you're social distancing doesn't mean you can still have fun. And yeah.
Great. And it's definitely so. My husband is sharing with me his post for the day. You want me to read it? You're asking me? 2 days ago. Okay. So his post just says, it's okay. You know, it's okay. It's all going to be okay. You want to read it, baby?
Yeah. Okay. So he said, it's okay to not know how to homeschool your own child. It's okay to not know how to work from home. It's okay to give kids more screen time than usual. It's okay to going back to having more screen time than usually, especially if you have toddlers that can't go outside a lot. Jameson, he watches a lot of TV, but at least it's a lot of educational stuff. So watch your kids on that. If they're watching TV, at least make sure it's educational and stuff like that. So it's okay to make a colorful daily schedule or just wing it. It's okay to not magically feel motivated to work out at home or take on a new hobby. It's okay to not feel okay. This is not normal for any of us. Please be kind to yourself.
That is a wonderful way to end this. Mr. Bishop is on, so you can say hi to Mr. Bishop.
Hi, Mr. Bishop.
And Grandmommy says, teach them how to reconcile a checkbook. Yeah, that's definitely a life skill that we need to be teaching during this time out. And understanding family finances and understanding a budget. You know, we're all dealing with some financial uncertainty. And so kids who used to could, you know, say, Mom, I want this and I want that, are learning that we can't buy everything that we want. But that's okay, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. As long as we're together, that's the most important thing. And as long as we're all safe and healthy. So anyway, we're going to close out. Just remind you guys to continue social distancing, stay home when you can, and give yourself grace. And remember, it's okay.
And also when during this time, what we do a lot when we don't watch TV or go outside and we're not that busy, we either cook or clean the house and look around the house to see what we have around the house that we don't want anymore. Like, it's our kind of spring cleaning, but it's like, instead of putting it up in the attic or something, we throw it away. So yeah.
Or not really throw it away. We're giving it away.
Giving it away.
Because there's a lot of folks who can actually use those clothes that you're too big for now and all that other stuff. So anyway. So guys, you guys have a great evening. We just wanted to do a quick check-in, share with you a couple of our A Divine Life tips. And remember that you can always find more tips on my blog and on our website, adivinelife.com. So during our social distancing time, stay home time, we're going to be doing a lot more of A Divine Life stuff and share that with you guys.
And maybe do some TikTok dances later.
Yes, she's been trying to teach me some TikTok dances. So we're going to do that eventually. Mommy will get them eventually. So until then, we will see you later. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you. Bye.
You can have that.